How are you doing and how have you been? Welcome to the glorious world of Rimworld. Let's get to our new colony. So we're going to be doing Lost Tribe today, something different. Start with 5 people, lower research. We're going to have a good time. We're going with Cassandra Classic, losing is fun. I still think Cassandra Classic is harder than Randy, just because she's guaranteed to attack you, like twice every 11 days, roughly on average. Where Randy, there's too many times I've played and he can go like seasons without attacking you. Yeah, you can make the counter argument that sometimes he hits you really hard, but I like Cassandra just keep wanting to kill you, and apparently that's what I like. Not in a kinky way or anything. Right, we're going with the normal seed, and we'll add all the tribes. They're there, so we might as well add them. Nudist, cannibal pirate gang. Who wouldn't want to have a party with them? Right, so looking around, I won't bore you with the normal stuff we're looking for. We're going for the win this time. There's no messing about. We're going to go efficiency. So, I wanted to be near a road because we might actually want to do trade and stuff like that, and it just helps us move around if we need to anyway. I picked mountainous because we're going to go hide in the mountains. Apparently, I love infestations so much I want to play with them some more. We're going to be on the sea because 1... it's just something different to look at, and 2, it will block the AI from attacking us from that direction if they pop onto the map, leading to better defences and stuff. And stone types, granite, which is the toughest one, marble, which is the sexiest one, you can't do better than that. Advanced, we're going to make it just 1 bigger. I just find that sometimes the 250 by 250 just makes the map look a little bit small sometimes. I know it doesn't, but I think it's just a personal preference thing, but I just like to up it just by 1. As you all know, bigger is better. So we're just going to load one that I made earlier. Arch. Interastical. Just see what I've done there. Very clever branding. I know what you mean. Like, I'm going to have to get on to one of them branding people. They'll take me on. Head of the department in no time. We are going for the win. We are going for efficiency. So I've picked collectivism. Mainly for the work drive. Because we want people to work really hard. I think that's semi-self-explanatory. So people should work hard to play their part and help the group. Transhumanist, just because I want to add something a little bit differently. So basically we want to make everyone like RoboCop and Terminator. I don't know why I went to RoboCop first, because he's pretty much the lamer version. Terminator literally beats up other machines. RoboCop struggles with stairs. And Tunneler, because we're in the mountain, it just makes sense. Let's get in the mountain. Let's live the dream. Apparently we do start with research stone cutting. I don't know if that means with tribal that still is in effect. Pretty cool if so. Apart from medical use, no drugs are permitted. That would upset anyone following our ideology. Insect meat we love. All insects will be killed on this gameplay. Let me just say that here. And everything else is basically about in the future we're going to need so much electric, so much tech, because everyone is going to be like Terminator and they're going to need like age reversal things and stuff like this. And basically when you highlight over it, it's basically telling you what they need and will give a negative modifier if they don't get it. It's going to be slightly down the line because we're going through the tribal start. The idea is that because we're following the tribal story, the idea is the machines came and they killed us, beat us out of the tribe, and now we want to be like them. We want to be better than them. That's the story we're going with. And mining, well, we're just good at miners. Basically, we're dwarfs that want to be like, have like robot arms and stuff like that. Like golems. I'll slowly scroll down just in case you want to have a look. But most things I haven't changed anything in this thing. And this is what I'm saying. So like we have a bit of the duration of the leader's work drive ability is tripled. So that's really cool. Then we have robes. Then we have roles. I haven't changed any of these, and obviously they've got all their apparel. I could change it to make life easier for myself, but some mid-maxing is a bit dull. Then we've got funerals, sky lantern festivals, dance parties. Yeah, very like, you could picture Terminator getting like his boogie on. Everything else, again, has been kept simple. Hair, beard, tattoos, yeah, whatever. Now, I'm going to pick our tribe and then I'll introduce you to the lucky contestants that get to live under my rulership. And here we go, and I actually think we've got the perfect group of people. And it actually didn't take too long. It took about 30 seconds and, well, 49 if you want to be precise. So, first of all, we have Purple. Welcome to the crew. Purple was even undergrounder and modder, and you won't believe me, but it was actually the first randomization, which actually made me chuckle. Really good cooker, really good shooter, and can dabble in crafting and plants, which is what it is. Yeah, happy with that. Lobster is the next one. Banging miner, can melee, which will be really good, because actually melee is really, really powerful, and I don't utilise it enough. Careful shooter, but we probably won't be, maybe a hunter. Maybe ignore what I said about the melee. Maybe I'll decide when I'm in. And this one as well, so you don't want a really, really nice bedroom, so but fine, we'll just make you sleep in the dog's bed. Why do they have such weird names? As a dyslexic, how am I meant to pronounce that? Iamiro, that's what we're going with, that's his name. Iamiro, welcome to the crew. Very neurotic, which I sort of debated about re-rolling just because my track record of making people break down probably isn't something to brag about. But global work speed plus 40% is pretty banging. Iron Wield, that sort of outdoes that. So mental break threshold is plus 14 here, but Iron Wield minuses it by plus 18, basically meaning you get a minus 4% break threshold. So actually you come out better, which is actually really, really nice. Oh, I like that. It's pretty. I mean, look at him. Iamiro doesn't just have a pretty name. He has a pretty face. But again, melee, mining, plants, which is really good because we haven't got anyone that can focus on plants yet. And obviously mining is going to be huge. Not only having many people on mining, but having people good at mining so they actually then get through and build our base as quickly as possible. Another undergrounder, which is good because obviously we're going to be underground. Spoiler. Fast walker, can get around quick. Another miner, can research, which I really like. We need to make sure we have people on research. Tran, let's just call it Tran. Trigger happy, but that's fine because we'll just use you on melee. Jogger, so movement speed is plus 0.4. And tough, meaning any damage that does come in, you're going to be a bit more thick-skinned, which will be really important if you are a melee guy. And compliance, artistic, and compliance, animal, basically fill in all the gaps and stuff. What are we incapable of? Caring from two people, so we do need to be a little bit careful on that. But I actually think we've got the best team in the world, and normally when I'm doing this, I spend ages like randomizing, and actually it was quite quick, so I'm happy with that. Now, the scene is set. The pawns are ready. Let's go. So, we've already set the story, but the gods were very angry. The blood machines came at night and they slapped us silly. We know the story is that we're coming back stronger than they could ever do to us. Now, we are going with efficiency this time. We have learned a lot of stuff, or I have learned a lot of stuff with previous Let's Plays. We're going for the win. We're going for how to start a base properly. We're going to be as efficient as possible. Like, this is going to mind blow a lot of you. I have a notebook in front of me, and where I think we've gone wrong in the past is my partner hasn't been here to watch the success of the colony. She is here now, watching in the background. We've actually got a really nice map. So obviously, no one can really attack us from this way. They could attack us from down there, but that's neither here or there. Oh, a lot of cars and stuff. That's quite cool. Obviously, you can attack us from this side, which is fine. Do you know what? That would be perfect if it was like in the middle, because you've got like a steam geyser. I have this own personal thing. I don't like being too close to the edge of the map. I think it can get you in too much trouble, because if a big raid comes in, you're sort of just there for the taking. Right, let's have a look where's some really fertile grasses. So actually a lot are down here. So I think we're probably going to settle in here, just because we have got a steam geyser. I know it's sort of down the road. I panicked then, thinking they were centipedes, but just the skins. Like, I wonder, we could just lock ourselves in here. We've got all the growing bit here. And then we could just wall that up eventually anyway. So yeah, I think I'm happy with going in here. We'll probably... Let's get that green off. It just gives me a headache. Saying that, we do have some walls here. We'll probably deconstruct. And then we can just start digging into the mountain here. But I do like the start that we've got, I have to say. So, what are we going to do first? We're first going to get growing zones up, because that's always the most important. I told you, your boy came here with notes and everything. It's going to go well. So we're going to do a nice 11 by 9. We're going to chuck that at rice. Now, the great thing is, obviously, because of the fertile soil, it's going to grow really fast as well. And rice is really fast, so this is going to be a nice little duo act. We're then going to get some cotton up. So we're going to want a 4 by 6. I suppose we could have a 4 by 8. We don't need anything too cray-cray. Cotton. Cool. I was thinking, oh god, so they definitely start with cotton. Do we start with hill root? Yep, so let's get some hill root growing. So hill root, I just want like a 2 by 8. Yeah, that's fine. So we got them 2 growing zones. And I'm really, really happy with that. So then all we need is just a little stockpile. Just trying to see the best place to get it. So no, what we'll probably do is we'll just get a very small stockpile there. We'll get some orders and we'll start cutting some trees. We'll build our initial base out of wood and then sort of improve it from there, if that makes sense. When we start walling in our crops and everything, let's have it on speed 1 while I'm on story time. When we have all our crops up, we'll put obviously granite walls around and stuff just to protect them. So there we go. Let's make sure work schedule wise. I mean, I'm happy for you to do that. I'm going to leave, I always like when I first jump in to actually let everyone just do everything and then sort of, as stuff is going, then making sure. I do want to make sure someone is growing though. Because that's the thing, by clicking that. There we go. Just to make sure, obviously, people are focusing on growing as well. Didn't mean to click that, you can grow. So at least then we know the growing zone is going to go down rather quickly. We'll let them do that. Because we're coming with a quickness this time. We don't want to overload people too fast because obviously otherwise jobs that we want doing aren't going to get done. And just for the first couple of hours, I just want to sort of get all the resources we need. The growing zones are the most important things about. What we did want to see, production, yes, so because we have got the miner thing, the stone cut tables are straight off the bat, which is actually really, really important. Another reason why we're doing rice is because it grows so quickly. We're not going to have a freezer for probably quite a while. Because I think the first research thing we're going to do is beds. Just to make sure everyone's like maxing relaxing. And looking at needs. The only minuses that we got. So we got body modder frustration, which we're going to have for quite a while. Underground outdoors. I mean, I suppose we could just mine straight into the mountain, really. That's probably not like the worst idea in the world. So I think we're going to go straight into the mountain because I see no reason not to. We're just going to do something little and manageable just to make sure we can sort of get in on day 1. Now the idea about this is basically what we're going to have in this room is everything to begin with. So we're going to have the sleeping spots, the research bench, the stove. I couldn't even think what the word stove was. You know, that's how good the series is going to be when I can't remember what that is. Table and chairs, and then that just for the time being. So we want everything manageable because what we really want is obviously everyone indoors in beds. Or I suppose we're not going to have beds, but you know, sleeping indoors for the first day so we can avoid that negative mood modifier, you know, slept outside, because we're already going to get the ones slept on the ground, which is funny how tribes people that don't know about beds complain about not having beds. See, Rimworld, I'm coming at you with the logic. Not only am I coming at you with the efficiency, I'm coming at you with the logic. But yeah, our miners are just smashing this, really. What we will have to do is obviously make sure we have torches and stuff like that. I think we'll probably put 2 doors here for the time being. I'm more thinking if a mad animal comes before we put defences up, at least then we can stay inside and potentially just keep mining and stuff like that. We will bring the stockpile inside, but just initially, I just wanted something down where everyone can obviously, you know, put everything. Plant cutting isn't really getting done, so I'm going to put you on plant cutting, take you off grow, just to make sure that's getting done. And then we'll sort out the schedules and everything on the next episode. Let's make this day just to be about getting, you know, the important stuff down. Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not important, but... Right, so I didn't really want that. Well, it doesn't matter too much, they're all indoors, but I was hoping to get a little bit more progress done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just make sure no one sleeps outside, otherwise it's sort of... Shatran, you've disappointed me. Shatran? Not only is your name disappointing, your attitude is disappointing. I forget how painful the first night is with a new colony, because obviously everyone is sleeping, like... It just makes it feel like it goes so long. Where are they going? So they're going to get food and stuff like that. Okay, what I will do is take these beds down because I really want that to be mined. And then we can actually plan our main room and get all the really, really important stuff in here. Because I was originally just going to build our base on here, but it sort of seems a bit redundant, especially with our mining speed, to delay coming in the mountain. We might as well come in as quick as possible and live the dream. Some components in here, which is awesome. So this room is going to start small just to literally get us up and running. So everyone's got a bed, huzzah. We want to get a lamp in here, which we're going to put there. And then we're going to get some fun stuff up. So the first thing that we're going to want is a table. And I love that they've redone all of these. Like the art style and stuff. It actually looks really, really cool. For my OCD, that torch lamp cannot be there and it will need to be there. So what else do I want? Table, chairs. We need to get the... I can never remember where everything is. Research bench in nice and early. Why can't it go there? It's blocked by a granite blocked by a granite chunk. Well, I mean, chunk me silly. Okay, we'll just build it there. That's absolutely fine. People just have to dance over a stool trying to get in this room. And then the last thing that we're going to get, but I am going to tell them no just for the time being, is a fueled stove. So, very, very cramped, I'm aware. But it's just a day one we can actually get everything in. Now, because we've got stone cutting up straight away, we'd be absolutely silly not to get the bench up. My only thing here was, do we get 1 or 2 up? So I think we'll have it here. I see no reason why to put it really far away. And then we want a stockpile here. This stockpile, so clear all, I'm going to put to critical. This stockpile is literally some manufactured... Nope. I am looking for... blocks. So when they're made, they'll just get dumped there. And then what we're going to make is a dumping stockpile that comes here, which is just going to be for stone chunks. I'll put it as critical as well, just in case anything else overlaps with it. And then stone chunks will come here. So then they ain't got to move so far. We can always wall this in eventually if we want, or move it into the base. But I think this is going to be a really good start. Another thing that we're going to do is create a zone. And we are going to call this the real home. Now, a problem that I've been having in past series is our people have been going all the way over here to do something, and then they've been caught out by a manhunter pack or something like this. So the real home zone is basically going to be telling people, just stay in here. Don't traverse the end of the map. Now, I had a lot of problems with zones before, with obviously people breaking them. But the good thing is, what I learned, is if you want to mine something like this, you can highlight that zone, queue that up to mine, they'll come and do this, so then you can just get rid of the zone, And the way I was struggling with zones in the last playthrough, like, I did pick up a few things. So yeah, so I'm going to tell everyone to keep in that zone. I will just make it a little bit bigger because we do have some resources we crash landed with. And obviously it'd be a shame if we didn't do that. I am going to allow some of the mountain just in case I actually forget, and then I'll be raging in a couple of episodes why we're not mining it. And I think that's a good initial start. I don't want people going too far, and I think that's a reasonable like distance to go to travel to anything. That being said, just always worth checking home zones, like nothing's weird has popped up and people will cross the map trying to put out a fire. I told you, we're coming with the efficiency this series. We're going to complete this game. Right, let's get on speed through. We probably will add another stonecutter's table down the line. I think for now we'll just have one, but we definitely will put in two, just because, you know, you're always going to want bricks. Obviously, being in the mountain, we're going to want less, so it's just going to be something we'll just keep an eye on. Have we got the materials to get this up still? See, we don't have any steel at the moment, so what I will do... How much steel do we need? 80. So if we cut like that, that should be more than enough. And I will actually... Oh no, zoom in a little bit more. I was going to stop them, but they're too quick. They're too quick and I can't catch them. Right, we've got about like 47. So I don't want to waste time just mining that all out, because for the first couple of days, obviously, the most important things is just getting everything set up. Right, research-wise, let's get beds straight away. So complex furniture. Oh, I always panic when stuff pops up, but it just says it unlocked things that we can't use because it doesn't agree with our ideology or meme. Right, there we go. Cancel that because that's more than enough. And then we can allow that, which would be nice. Probably could have made this a little bit bigger to have a stockpile in. But again, because we're so good at mining, I'll just quickly mine a bit. And then that'll be a little stockpile. I could probably make it a little bit bigger. That'll probably be more than enough just for the time being. We mine so quick, like, it's not actually too much of a bother. We've got a really good initial group. And then what we'll probably do is actually do the work schedule now. I know I said about not doing it, but now we've got research. We probably want someone sitting on it straight away. And then we've got meals to sort out and stuff like that. Right, let's get the stockpile up first. Bit concerned. Why stone chunks? They're not actually being hauled at the moment. I imagine that's more because there's other things people have to do. Stuff's getting cleaned and stuff like that, which is always nice. To be fair, yeah, they're going to prioritise cleaning before hauling anyway. But checking moods. Moods are pretty high. I know slept in darkness. In darkness, ate without a table, uncomfortable. But a lot of them we're going to obviously kick to the curb tonight, which is actually really, really nice. And then what we will do is, I'll copy the settings, although don't really need to. And then our stockpile can then be inside, which then means nothing's going to deteriorate by staying outside. Stone blocks already being pulled down here, so I will actually set up the order. So is it just granite we've got at the moment? Granite. So add bill, make granite. We won't do anything crazy. We'll just do make 75, unpause at 25. Because we're mining, we're going to get a lot like come down. Like all this is granite, right? So making lots of blocks is important because it gets rid of all these chunks, saying that there's some marble here. So I will just queue up marble. I might as well. Then the next thing we're going to sort out is probably cooking and food. Sorting out hunters and stuff, because a thing that I'm always bad with, which I'm going to do when everyone wakes up, is actually equipping everyone with weapons. Like, I think the more you play Rimworld, I don't know about you lot, But I get lazy with doing like that and I just leave it, and then a manhunter thing comes and... yeah, you're just going to have a bad time. Right, that's getting mined, which will be fine. So let's sort out who's doing what. So, melee. Just sort of seeing who our best melee person is. So you're our best shooter, so it makes sense to obviously give you the bow. You're hauling that bow. Is that a melee weapon? Okay. So you come and get the club. You come and get... no, you come and get the club. You get that, whatever you want to call that. Purple gets the bow, like it. Lobster, careful shot. You got double passion on melee though, but then so do you. You're a better melee, so we'll get you with the jade knife and lobster, only because you've got careful shooter with that, which I'm pretty sure is a ranged weapon, right? Yeah. Had to check. There we go. Nice. So yeah, very, very successful. And it sets us up really nicely to just make that efficiency go that little bit better next time. Where obviously then we'll do the schedules, the work schedules, that sort of stuff. Look, Crow getting right in there. Who's Crow? Did I introduce you as like Digger when I made you? Like, I don't know. But yeah, blocks are already getting made, which is obviously perfect. They don't deteriorate, so we ain't got to worry about them being left outside. We will then extend this stockpile, so then everything's inside, obviously not deteriorating. We've got room to put doors on here. Obviously, eventually we're going to put better bedrooms. But just to initially get started, I think this was probably the best call. Growing zone, everything is up. Eventually, we'll just wall it off. So then if we do get invaded, anything like that, it should be okay. It shouldn't be too drastic. And I think that's going to be really, really nice. We've even got a little bit of room to extend the cotton. Can see that rhino's bum. Like, I think, look. Just showing off. Who wouldn't want a bum like that? Right. Look at this. A peaceful colony. An efficient colony. Like, that pretty much is a perfect day one. I know there's stuff like we could have done, or saying that as an idle colonist. Why are you idle, my man? You that bored? Saying that, next thing we need to do is sort out, so the hunters. So who has the bow? So purple. Put you on there. You don't even have, okay. Did we get any animals? We did. We got a Labrador, so we'll just put all this up. Just so then it's going to get trained. So we've got a Labrador and a Husky. So we will actually look after our animals. And we'll just put animal sleeping spots in here as well. Which is obviously very, very nice. We'll put a torch in here just to make sure that this is all lit up and everything. Because obviously people will get darkness modifiers and that's just not going to be good. We'll chop a little bit more trees down. Have got a little bit in the stockpile, but obviously could do with more. We could do... Just wondering if we care too much if the blocks are out here, but I suppose for the time being we probably don't. Everyone's getting rather bored, which is sort of delightful. So let's start. So what is that? That's slate, sandstone, steel table. Okay, we have got a meditation tree over here. So if we set up our meditation spots, 1, 2, 3, 5. So hopefully they'll meditate there without being told, and we can always... It's just going to be shielding when we get attacked and stuff. And like we spoke about with Cassandra, we are going to get, 2 raids, every 11 days or something like that. So we do need to make sure we're careful. But I think that's an extraordinarily strong episode. Nothing too cray-cray, but we've set the groundwork for getting work schedules, the normal schedules, and food up next time. Very, very strong start. But I am biased because I'm amazing. If you got to this point of the video, leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment. And I'll catch you next time, party people. Bye.